Press the bell icon on our YouTube app and never miss another video from SpotboyE.
Welcome to SpotboyE, Siddharth and Tiger.
Thank you, Vickey.
We are really and eagerly waiting for war.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for waiting.
Yeah.
We are also waiting.
We're also waiting.
Are you nervous? It's
Yes, I
just
think
a few days to go.
we're definitely nervous now because the excitement that the people have shown with the trailer and the anticipation with the songs. Somewhere we feel we want to over deliver what they're expecting, and that is key. I think when they come in on Wednesday to watch the film.
But when you envisage this film, I mean, you envisage the story first, I'm sure.
Right.
How did you envisage the canvas? I mean, was that required, or is that, how integral it is to this? I mean, a story can be told in a particular way.
No, I think the action and scale is very organically brought into the film. Its design was, yes, to be the biggest action spectacle of our country. We have to justify the presence of these superstars in our film because there's so much that they can do. Our primary objective is to entertain the audience, give them scale, visuals that they're used to with big films like Avengers and Mission Impossible and all the James Bonds of the world. With this, they watch that in theaters, they watch that on their digital platforms at home. So we don't want to be anything lesser than them because fortunately with their presence, we have the ability and the reach and the budgets to justify that.
And Hrithik was your choice?
Both, Hrithik and Tiger, yes.
No, because I read that Hrithik said that he was insistent that Tiger do the role.
I think we went to Hrithik with Tiger in mind. Once we had written it, Adi and me were both clear that it is Hrithik and Tiger or none, because I don't think we would have had a substitute for anyone. Yeah.
So Tiger, your dream of working with Hrithik is fulfilled.
Yeah. I mean, what can I ask
इतना
for?
जल्दी आप तो मतलब in the early stages of your career.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
And what was your first reaction? How did you?
so I was obviously very, when Siddharth sir first called me, I thought he was calling me to discuss Rambo. So I went to the office and then he said, okay, I'm going to tell you something which you're going to keep it to yourself for now, but you're going to be doing a film, a double hero film. So I asked with who? He said, Hrithik Roshan. And I was playing it very cool at that time. And inside I was celebrating, jumping like anything. So I was so happy to hear that. And now I was like, okay, let's hear the story. And then he took me to Adi sir's room, and Sid sir and Adi sir both narrated this film to me. And it was a double whammy because I fell in love with the script, I fell in love with my character, and the rest is history.
So you both have a great rapport, but sometimes when you have a great rapport and the other star is relatively more famous.
Oh yeah.
Does it become easier or does it become tougher to match, especially the dance and especially the emotions?
I mean, it's easy because there is he's an established star, an established actor. So for me, it's easy because there's so much for me to learn and earn from him. Where it's tough is that abhi, how will I match such a star of that magnitude? What is it that I have to work on right now to sort of give a healthy give and take in every scene? Luckily, I had a director who was, with me, held my hand literally through every scene. I had an actor, a co-actor in Hrithik Roshan, who's a very giving actor and who also thinks like a director because of his years of experience. So I had two amazing people that I could fall on and sort of steer me in the right direction.
Would you say that you're given to this one more? Because when I see those songs of Jai Jai Shri, the most I'm saying in your career, when I see those songs and the energy I see in you.
Definitely. I mean, just to match up to the reason I started dancing. Now dancing with him in the same frame, I had to be on my toes and I had to give my 100 to every shot because, he is the god of dance. Yeah.
So Siddharth, I read that you have, of course, everybody knows that, death-defying stunts and all. With Hrithik, you done that 300 jump and all. So, did you have any were you cagey because your last movie had a an accident
Injury.
with him. Yeah.
That's always the case with Hrithik. I think if you're doing a stunt in Bang Bang itself, where we were on top of Shimla, and there was an under construction building, and from which he had to jump off because he's surrounded by the goons. That's just before Tu Meri. And I had already planned it to do it with a stunt double, harness him and do it. And he came in to give his close up for a turn, and then he said, "Where's the harness?" I said, "You're not doing it. We'll do it with the double." He said, "No, I'm doing the stunt." It was a really dangerous stunt. And he put on the harness, and he effortlessly just ran to the edge and just jumped off. And I was.
But your heart was not in the mouth, didn't you discuss that last time kya hua tha? You know, that little bit of.
So it's something that with him, he's unpredictable. He'll just take on the challenge and do it. So you have to control him, you have to curb him. But it's with both of them. I think his introduction sequence is such that I don't think it's possible with any other hero in the country, because he knows his craft so well. His precision is so good. He knows where the camera is. He knows how far the guy he's punching is. So he knows how he has to cross his face, at what angle and what timing, what reaction he has to give when somebody punches him. So to do an action sequence of his introduction would just be impossible to conceive if I had anybody else other than Tiger. So with these actors, you yourself get inspired to push yourself, and that's a combination that is a dream combination for any director.
You also have a great penchant and a fancy and maybe an obsession, I would say, to do all this.
I think somewhere, yeah. I think
a little more than.
I think that comes also from the romantic films I made. All of them were larger than life. All of them had great visuals. They were shot like action films. They had great scale. Whether the songs I shoot or now the action that I do, somewhere I do get lured by it. I love larger than life cinema. I've grown up on those films of Subhash Ghai, where everything is 70 mm. So somewhere that stayed with me.
Tiger, I was meeting Sajid the other day, and just before Chichore, and he said that you are a very good actor, and I mean he said it on record, but somehow the films which you have done outside his banner have just not lived up to the expectations.
Right.
So do you think I mean, do you have any particular take on that?
I don't know, sometimes when you sometimes you can never really predict. I mean, not sometimes, most of the time you can never really predict the fate of any film. And I haven't thought about it like that, but every time I do work with my mentor, he really pushes me, and he really watches over me, like a protector, and I'm very thankful that he has my back. But I don't think that you can decide the fate. Like we were surprised ourselves when Baghi did the numbers it did. Like that's not something we said, okay, we made a fair action film. We didn't expect it to do the numbers it did.
Yeah.
So sometimes you never know what works really. And for example, in this case, I feel very protected here in War, and I feel very secure and very happy with the product that we have. But that doesn't mean that I know the fate of the film. That's up to the audience. That's the combined energies.
I think a similar thing happened
yeah.
with the last one with Soti when
With
we were
Soti,
all.
yeah, exactly.
But somewhere down it just.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have stood, still I'm saying all credit to you, you get these peaks and valleys, and then you're still standing and standing tall.
I mean,
what keeps you going? I mean,
what keeps me going? I guess
there's an alternate. There's a good film, and then there's a little here. Then again there's a good film.
Yeah.
So you have drawn box office numbers. There's no doubt about that. But I'm saying, what keeps you going in those when it goes to a little valley, rather than a peak?
Just a belief in myself and a belief in my individuality, and I know what my strengths are, and I know, I know what I've been accepted for and what the audiences have accepted me for. It's still too early on in my career to sort of figure out what my direction should be. But for whatever little I've achieved and for whatever little I am, I owe it all to the audiences, and I want to just give them back time and again. And I think my fans are the people who keep me going.
So to conclude, Siddharth, you have both the big stars who draw box office numbers. There's no doubt about that. How much is your, expectation? I'm not asking you for numbers. What I'm trying to ask you is the magnitude with which you make a film.
Yeah.
and then in today's times the budget is a
Yeah.
little dicey. You
Yep.
know, you don't
It's
know how
business
many
and
people land up in theaters, and
Yep.
things have changed.
Yeah.
So how do you keep that control, or do you still go with all your might and in the gut and instinct?
I think you have to back your instinct. And what I'm actually looking for with this film now, obviously we started off with a certain number in mind that this film should do those numbers. But I think where I have reached right now, where I am right now, just 4-5 days before its release, I want people to like the film.
That's a
I'm
good-
asking one basic thing, यार people should come out and say यार film अच्छी है यार, अच्छी है. I'm saying ये भी मत बोलो कि ये दुनिया की best film है. Yeah, I loved it. The worst reaction I want is film अच्छी है. The numbers will follow, but my core desire, if I want to put it out there, is I want people to come out and say film अच्छी है.
So somewhere you're looking for that little
Little
validation
validation.
that you
Yes.
are a
No,
good filmmaker.
no.
Not
I'm
just a canvas.
No. I just want validation for everyone's effort in the film. That everyone has put in.
Which
with
you
its-
are, but sometimes the canvas overpowers you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So all I want is the basic emotion of liking the film. The canvas should not be overpowering. The film should still stay with you when you come out. You should not be enamored by what you saw. You should be taken in by the story that you feel.
So I'm glad that besides the content, there's a huge amount of story, and
Yes.
as far as I know, there's a twist in the end. But let's not take it away from the audience.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for being on SpotboyE, Tiger.
Thank you, sir.
I
Thank
wish
you, Vickey.
all the best.
I need it. Thank you.
Thank you, Vickey.
Siddharth.
Fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.